Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most awesome videos. In front of us we have the C.Crane CC Radio. This is the original CC Radio by C.Crane in partnership with Sanjin. I got this donated to me by Mr. Sparks54. Awesome guy. Thank you very much. Cool donation to the channel. I'd seen these on eBay, and I wasn't quite sure about getting one because I heard they have problems with the display screens, but he offered this up, and here it is. Awesome radio. I'm enjoying it. Finding out that the medium wave performance on this radio equals and sometimes surpasses my CC Radio 2E in some situations. Pretty cool. So let's go at this. Dimension-wise, we have 11 3/8 of an inch long, 6 3/4 inches tall, and a depth of 4 inches. And the 4 inches includes that back bulge there where the batteries are and the front knobs. Okay, to give you an idea. Size perspective, this is a big radio on my table, and it just fits in the frame. But we still got Iron Man here. Fits right where the speaker's at. And then I have my little CC pocket. Give you an idea for size comparison. Yeah, I know it's nothing spectacular, but it gives you an idea for reference. All right. Cool. So yeah, the CC Radio by Sanjin. CC radios have been made by Sanjin. Just a particular model, Sanjin got to put their name on there. In later iterations of this radio, they've removed this name. So let's go ahead and go over the radio. Talk about features. Let's go to the left-hand side. I don't think there's anything here. It's just a plastic case design. It looks like it's a gray on black. The newer radios are black, so they did change the color scheme a bit. Of course, Sanjin. We have the speaker here, which is a beautiful sounding, about 5-inch, I think I measured diagonally. CC Radio, we showed you there, a little emblem, nice metal speaker grill. Over here we have the LCD display on top there. It shows the bands, FM 87.5 to 108, AM 520 to 1710, TV band 2 through 13. We have a weather band, 7 channels. And of course we have our LCD display showing you the time in AM or PM. Of course, even got seconds ticking off there. Nice. Buttons, we have a few here. I'm going to set this down a little bit. This is a illumination button. Very, very dim. I don't think I'm going to be able to show that off. But it's a little green light there on this side and this side. Just one brightness setting. That's all you get. So yeah, it's not very bright. Now the newer models, like the 2E, it's super bright. Band select button and time set button there. Display feature. This button is when the radio is on and your frequency is showing. You want to know what time it is. You click that and it'll stay on the time. And when you go back to frequency, tap that and it stays on frequency. It's really nice. It doesn't just go back and forth on its own. You know, you tell it where you want it to display. Cool feature. Here we have a sleep function. Turns the radio on and you can cycle it however many minutes you need to. Turn this back off. All right, so in here we have up and down. So we have seek up, seek down, of course, step up, step down tuning. Really cool for radios like this size is treble and bass controls. Really makes a difference, especially when you're listening for faint AM stations. You can really dial down the bass or increase the bass sometimes to eliminate some of the harshness of the band. So yeah, really neat to have this. Really enjoyable. Down here it says weather. We have FM, AM, TV, weather, 4 bands, PL synthesized receiver. Yeah, the TV really doesn't have any use for me except for channel 6. Channel 6, we have a local radio station that operates the analog portion on the radio wave, so you can pick it up on channel 6 still, which is pretty cool. 87.75. Let's go over here. We got the tuning knob. This is for fine incremental tuning. I noticed that this, with age, going forward, it doesn't work well, but when you go backwards, it works fine. So I probably won't be using this a whole lot. But it's just age, you know, wear and tear. The person who had this radio before me said he loved it, used it all the time, had it for many, many years, and served him well. And yeah, it's served me well too. I'm enjoying this. Here we have a lockout feature. So there's our key showing him lock out the radio. Don't know why you need it for such a big radio, but it's there. Volume control, analog. Headphone jack, probably stereo. I didn't test it. On older radios, I tend not to. Top of the radio, we have an alarm feature. You can wake up, I believe, to a radio or the humane wake buzzer. Let's see, it shows which one. Yeah, radio. So you got radio or the buzzer there. And that little H, I think it says HWS there, humane wake system. So it starts out low and increases in volume. Up here we have the weather alert. This has 2 stages. If you press and hold this button, the weather alert comes on. I believe it'll run a siren, and the radio will turn on your station. So if you have a set to your weather band at the right volume, it'll, after the little siren, it'll go right to the radio. If you press and hold this, again, it goes into a weather siren mode. So when a weather alert comes through, it'll just siren the radio until you hit a button to turn that off, to turn the radio on, to listen to what's broadcasted. So it kind of neat to have both features. Go ahead, turn that off. So we're pressing and holding. Okay, so you have the two modes on this one. Now I believe the CC Radio 2E, the newer one, has 3 modes on that. So let's go ahead and see what else we have up here. We have 5 preset buttons. So you have 5 presets for each band. So 5 FM, 5 AM, 5 TV, and 5 weather. Really for us in America, we're not going to be using this too much. Pretty much people get 1 or 2 good weather stations, and TV is pretty much non-existent on the analog bands. Over here we have the power on-off button. Up on top again, we have the antenna here. This is pretty cool. This antenna extends out to 21 inches. The really cool feature is it also pivots just like on the newer models. So you can go 360. And I found this very important while I was tuning FM. This radio here, this is amazing on FM. I don't know what it is, but my 2E did not perform as well on FM as this radio did. So I'm pretty impressed with the FM. We'll talk about that in a moment. So yeah, 21 inch, swivel 360, love it. The handle, there's a handle back here. They improved it with the newer models. This one here, it's real smooth and very easy to lose. You probably want one of those little bags that you can carry this with. Let's flip this around here. It's a pretty big radio. Okay. Get to the back side and I'll show what I'm talking about. So in the back here, you can see it's just smooth. On the 2E, they have like a extended piece of plastic here, so your fingers have something to grip to when you grab it here. They do make a carrying case you can get for this radio. But if you don't have that, yeah, don't try to carry this around by this handle. Just kind of pick it up, hold it like a football. That's what I do. Vented case. We have a AC in. He didn't have the cord, but I think my 2E cord will fit there. I haven't tried it yet. I'm more portable with the batteries. Here we have external AM antenna hookup. I haven't tried this yet. I want to do that with my twin coil just to see if it makes a big difference. I don't know if I mentioned it. I think I might have. This radio does have no, I don't think I mentioned it. Yeah, so this radio has an 8-inch ferrite antenna in it, so it's a monster. I didn't know it did. I was going to take this radio apart and try to clean the dust off from the inside of the LCD display, but it looked really like, I didn't want to mess with it too much. I didn't want to have that screen fail on me, so I just left it alone. But when I did open it, I did notice that antenna in there was 8 inches. Awesome. So I don't know how much of improvement I'll get hooking up an external antenna to it. Here we have the battery bay. You open this up here, and there are 4D batteries in there. They're stacked 2 on top of each other. So there you go. Fun times. Yeah, I'm not going to show you how to take those in and out. Those are tough. I believe, yeah, just the positives on top, I think, go to the right, and below, the positives go to the left. So to give you an idea. Let's go put this back together here. All right, so snaps in tight. And on the bottom, you got this UL listing, but then there's also a reset hole right there. You can see it. There you go. So it gives you an idea. If you have any kind of computer problem, you just tap that little area there. Okay, I got the little rubber feet still. Okay, good deal. So let's go ahead and talk about FM reception, and we'll turn this on and listen to some tunes, and then we'll go through the different bands and show you what this thing can do. So let's go ahead, bring this back down. Okay, I'm going to use Iron Man to kind of pop this up. Here. It works out pretty good. Deck of cards, there we are. All right, so FM reception report. This gets interesting. FM sensitivity was very good to excellent. Now, if you guys know my rating system, I rated on 5, fair, good, fair, okay, good, very good, excellent. And rarely do I get very good. And here I got very good to excellent. And that's about 86 found stations on FM. I was just completely amazed. I think really that rotating antenna was really nice. And just this radio is super sensitive on FM. It's just got some magic circuit inside here. I was really impressed by it. Really nice. And then the FM selectivity was very good. So it was minimal bleed over. That's how I was able to get those stations in. So yeah, overall rating, about a 4.25 star. One of the highest out there. The only ones besting it are probably like the EP Pro possibly, and the Field BT on FM. That Field BT by Eaton is a great FM radio if you guys are looking for FM only. That's one to check out. But this radio rocks. So if you're looking for one, I'm going to have a link down below for this radio. Check it out. It's an eBay link. Takes you right to the used CC radios. You might find one of these for like $40, $50 where the screen still works in good shape. it's worth it all day long. I know I'm doing final thoughts for right now, but hey, this thing has been impressive so far. So let's turn it on here. Get this on. I think we had AM going here. So we are going to change our band. And we will go to the weather band first. And then we'll do our audio check after this. I'm going to extend the antenna. Okay, bring it up. Almost go straight up when this is laying down. Nice. So at night, I was able to get about 6 stations out of the 7. So I preset them.
With showers likely. Lows in the mid.
So not so good during the day on those fringe stations, but I was able to get them.
It was cloudy with a temperature of 66 at Rockford and 68 at Bloomington. Once again, at O'Hare it was 65 under cloudy skies. Here is the forecast for the Chicago metropolitan area tonight.
Cool. So that gives you an idea what that does. A weather band, pretty simple, pretty basic. Let's go to the TV band. People will be like, what's on TV? Let's see here.
Listen to Me TV FM weekday afternoons for Lou's Legal Minute. Valuable tips on life's legal questions brought to you by GWC. 31.
So this is an analog station operating on the old analog TV band. It's pretty cool. But that's channel 6, and if you go through the stations, you're not going to find anything. It beeps when you're at the top of the band. Okay, that's cool. Channel 8's picking up my broadcasting. I'm so close to my FM transmitter. Very cool.
She's getting married in it. So when you see a bare spot, you need something that patches it fast. Pennington one step.
Okay, so that gives an idea for the channel on the TV. I mean, you get the 5 presets, but yeah, you're not going to be able to really use them if you live in America or anywhere else, I think. So those are those 2 bands. Let's go ahead and go to the FM band, and we are going to do some radio todderbert. We'll run this for a few minutes. I'm going to show the bass and treble controls, demo them. Put this antenna back down since we don't need it. Okay, here we go. gives you a general idea. You saw the C.Crane FM transmitter 2 I'm using. It's hooked up to a iPod player playing the music. So that's how I'm able to put music on here that I can actually play on YouTube without having issues. So there you go. So yeah, it's 92.9 Radio Todderbert in the house. Pretty much goes about 100 feet in all directions. But pretty good setup. Loving it. Let's go ahead and turn that off, and then we'll cruise the medium wave dial. We're not going to find a ton because we're around 3:30 in the afternoon, but we will change the bands here. Let's use my presets to get lower. You can press and hold this, which is nice. And get to the bottom real quick. I'll show you how this tunes. I think everything turned off. Just turn that off. Yep. Okay. I'll just go through it fairly quickly. What I wanted to show you is that, okay, so I showed you the display. Pretty cool how it does that. It stays where you put it. You have the light, which I said is pretty dim there. It's not really spectacular. The band you saw, pretty simple, goes through the 4 different bands. Sleep. So you can use these and press and hold to go really fast, which is nice. So you can actually just press hold and just keep holding it. And this is nice because it won't stop or lock on a station. And you can do seek with it,
If you are thinking,
which is nice.
Spur is pretty dicey.
And of course you can tap up.
Toddlers all the way through, preschool
And then for fine tuning, you can use the knob here. Now, like I said, this is an older radio, so it has a few little bugs. The one is this encoder. When you go forward, it sometimes bounces back. But if you're going down, it does it nice and smooth. So you can start at the top of the dial and work your way backwards. So, pretty nice setup. You got your 5 presets.
A radio.com sports station. Hey, baseball fans, Pat Hughes here, looking for an address for...
So a little bit about medium wave before I do a little mini band scan. Medium wave, so during the day, it's phenomenal. Responds very well to a passive loop. I've been using this Texan AN200, and it really brings in the gain. I'm very impressed. This bigger radio, having that bigger ferrite bar back there. I didn't expect the little loop to increase performance, but it does. So if you buy this radio, you will get good performance out of a medium wave, those small passive loops. You'll love it. Nighttime works real well too. I'm very happy with it. Comparing this to the newer radio, the C.Crane, let me see if I can get this on camera. You guys have seen this, but I guess I can show it to you. And you can just kind of get a quick idea. This here is the newer version. This is the 2E. A little different display, a little different button combinations. This has the twin coil ferrite. Okay. And it's got C.Crane on top there. You can tell it's like a black color instead of the gray. Okay, they changed that. And of course your bands are different. You got FM, AM, ham, and weather. So you got the 2-meter ham band, which a lot of people like. And of course you got a much better light. Let me see if I can get that light to work. Yeah, there you go. You can see the light. They really improved that light with 3 different settings. And then of course the top's similar, though I believe the top here has your band select. They put that up there with the auxiliary in. It says auxiliary in also. And they moved a bunch of things to those buttons too. That gives you an idea. They're pretty similar radios still. And but as far as performance goes, a medium wave, this radio sometimes outperforms the 2E at night. And the reason being is it doesn't have that auto tuning. And auto tuning, set that back aside. The auto tuning on the 2E tends to soft mute. And at night you notice that when you're trying to hunt down a faint station, this radio has no soft muting. And that is nice when you're trying to find that faint station because it's not soft muting anything out of the way. And then with this, you can also adjust the volume quite more than the other radio. I noticed I had a lot more punch with this volume control on batteries. Now, I haven't tested it with AC adapters in because I like to run portable, but I noticed that this radio with batteries has a lot more amp on the volume. So I can turn this up when I find a faint station. I can really give it some volume and really hear what's going on. And the other radio, it maxes out pretty quickly. So just giving you a heads up that I think that this either is a real hot radio, a real hot example of this particular model, or this might be one to look for. Just amazing radio. But during the day, though, I know I said during the day, the 2E does surpass this radio. When the conditions are calm and there's no fading of stations. That 2E locks them in, and it does a great job. It does better than this one as far as locking them in the daytime, I've noticed. That's just my opinion and what I've observed. So let's move on. Let's go ahead and do a little AM band scan. I'm going to follow up this video with a couple like daytime and evening band scans with this radio and go through each station. But right now we're just going to do some seek, see what's out there. So I'm going to start this at the bottom of the band. Press and hold this. Love that. So nice. It would be nice if it was no mute while I did that, but I guess that'd be crazy sounding. Okay, so we're just going to seek.
Crazy or off-putting things that Joe Biden has said. It's a question of what he's done.
So these are all going to be pretty much local stations. This is WIND Chicago.
And sets one more time.
Some baseball.
Molina, target, low and away on the pitch. And missed outside. 2-0 on Jesus Aguilar.
WTMJ, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Community groups, again, with the singular focus of educating.
WSCR, Chicago, Illinois.
Quality health care,
Score.
access to health care.
Crude oil settled at $59.40, down a penny. Corn and wheat both down today. Soybeans up. WGN traffic, Lauren Lapka.
Not seeing any delays out on the Edens, but heading in, traffic is slowing down near Montrose. It's 22 minutes in from Lake Cook.
I found that the
traffic moving
neutral settings is good for most AM during the day.
31 minutes out to O'Hare, 39.
Bridge approaching the 290 Roosevelt, the 31st.
So 720 was WGN Chicago. This is WBBM Chicago, 780.
Out to the former displays.
Healthcare. It's asking the right questions to get the healthcare you need.
Very quickly. WCPT Willow Springs, Left Wing Station. Music there is WAIT, Crystal Lake, Illinois.
Even buy Sylvia, you've got young kids.
We don't buy bologna.
Is bologna the worst possible meat?
This is WMVP, Chicago, Illinois.
Do you know this? I've never had.
And of course, 3:38 p.m. Central Daylight Savings Time.
As a kid, you can't go to a cow and be like, "Give me a slice of the bologna part." No, you still can't think of the word, huh? I'm just stalling until you figure it out.
It will come to you. Yeah, I know how you
probably
work.
won't.
I
probably
like
won't.
in the
And that's
middle
what's
of like,
so depressing.
It
At like
won't come to me.
4:10, when we're interviewing Barstool Big Cat, you'll blurt out your word.
The word I believe begins with an M. It's not minutia. It's.
What was it, 2-3 days ago?
That's all.
March 25th.
Yeah.
Right, and
WLIP, Kenosha, Wisconsin.
But here's one. In 1998, which is going back historically, your show.
Instagram y Twitter. Conéctate hoy y síguenos. Radio Moody.
WMBI, Chicago.
Tu vida.
Bernelli Park, somewhere in, you know what I'm talking about? So we're going, and it's dark.
WYLL, Crustacean, out of Chicago.
Way up ahead. Like, way up ahead. All of a sudden.
We've had since 2012. So we've got five city clerks.
WSQR, the Squirrel, usually has music.
7 years.
So there's a lot of stations it's passing up. Like I know there's something here. So it's looking for that super strong station.
All for one lifetime against Hater.
WCLO, Janesville, Wisconsin. So I passed up a few. You might think it's static, but it's a crowd. WIBA, Madison, Wisconsin.
2 home runs for the Cardinals' second baseman.
Music on WRDZ.
Dead Reds got it.
So you're better to manually tune it.
Contemporary casual styles and brands like Spanx, Liverpool, BB Dakota, and Cut from the
Okay,
Cloth.
is this,
The hottest new
WBEL,
trends,
South Beloit?
styles, and colors are at
I
Velvet and
think we
Tool.
can go to DeKalb.
We just had our first baby.
WLBK, DeKalb, Illinois.
So we are starting to...
This radio is just like, the stations are there. If you want them, they're there.
Under 2 years, the wife comes from a strong line.
WGRB. WRJN, Racine, Wisconsin. Music, love it.
Smart and Walgreens. SmartMouth.com/Brian for a $2.50 coupon off any rinse. SmartMouth.com/Brian.
Are you looking for senior care for your mom?
That's WRMN. I think it's Elgin, Illinois. I think they do like shopping on the radio, which is like so cool. I want to buy something off the radio. Besides, the typical stuff,
So now, Miner is not a guy that's going to walk a bunch of guys, so you could
WROK Rockford. Picking up some faint stations here. WCEV Cicero. Another radio to suffer with. Iron Country there on 1490. WGEZ, Beloit, Wisconsin. At the top here.
Plan to fully fund, or
I don't think you need to fully
This is
fund.
WCGO,
As
Evanston,
a career
Illinois.
path, you don't need to fully fund, but you are going to. I would.
And then we'll get to the top here.
256. This is the Lake County Passage Highway Travel Advisory Radio, operating on 1620 kHz AM for Thursday, March 28th at 3:41 p.m. Attention motorists on Grass Lake Road, east of Gelding Road and Linden.
Okay. It's like a 10-watt antenna array. This is 1630. I think this is a mighty KCJJ out of Iowa, about 175 miles away. Just picking it up. Gets a little better, of course, at night.
Of life, and then you'll see in every biology textbook
1640 WSJP, Sussex, Wisconsin. Don't know if it's a Catholic station. I think it might be a
Stanley Miller, who was
Catholic station.
Sasquatch suit. Find your own brand.
So there's a lot of volume here.
And, just step it up. I'm out.
All right, Liz. You got that, Dan? You're a Sasquatch.
I mean, there's more. I don't want to hurt your ears here.
Sasquatch. But she said Matt and
But it gets loud, which is great. So there's like no struggling for that faint station.
And Attorney London will be a panelist because there's going to be some great information.
That's great. Shake, where is that again?
That is going to be at the Black.
Okay, and that should be it there. Give you a basic idea on the AM tuning. That's how it does on the FM too. It's pretty basic. So there we go. Let's go ahead and turn this off here. All right, so final thoughts on the original CC Radio, of course, co-built with Sanjin. It's great. I didn't expect it to perform when I got this radio. I thought it might have had like a little mini 5-inch antenna because, didn't say anything about, DX or twin coil. So I didn't expect a big antenna in there. But when I opened it up and I saw that 8-inch antenna in there, I was like, yeah, this thing is going to rock. And sure enough, turned it on. And this thing was just blowing me away. It's amazing. You guys will get to see that on those follow-up videos. So stay tuned for those. You're going to love them. I will produce them as a follow-up in the next couple of days. You will see a daytime and a nighttime. So excellent. So if you enjoyed the presentation of the Sanjin CC Radio donated by Mr. Sparks54, give him a big shout out. Tell him he's awesome for donating this radio to the channel for your viewing pleasure and demonstration. And give me a big like if you enjoyed it yourself. 2, if you're new to the channel and you love CC radios, you love C.Crane, you love Sanjin, go ahead and hit subscribe, hit the bell icon if you haven't already. I love the products. I love CC radio, C.Crane products. I like Sanjin radios. So anything to do with those two companies, I buy their radios and I like to review and demonstrate those. So that is what you'll find on this channel quite a bit. And of course, I love the weather alert function of this radio. Just amazing. So go ahead and use that link down there. If you're interested in this radio, click it, check it out, see what's available on eBay. I'm able to provide those links for you guys now. I thought that was pretty cool. And then you guys can check and see what's there. And yeah, there's some good deals. Like I was going through it the other day and I saw $45, $49. And I'm like, that's worth it. If it's working and it comes with the cords and it, the display is nice and working, go out and get this one. You'll be really happy with the medium wave and save yourself a pretty penny. If you don't need 2 meter ham on the newer model or auto tuning. Because I'll be honest with you, if you just turn this radio a little bit, it'll do a real good job. I mean, you don't need to have that auto tuning. And at night, this really impressed me by not having auto tuning at night. I really was happy with the control I had versus that auto tuning taking over the control. So, well, that's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. Of course, third, comment below what you think about the original CC Radio. Down in the comments below. Tell me what you think. Do you own one? Do you use one? Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? Just tell me. I'll listen. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you in the next episode.